Austin, can you hear me?
I hear you both intermittently.
All right. Well, then it's for something with you.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, so you
I
can
heard
hear
that,
us now.
yes.
What he's trying to say is that there's something wrong with you, Austin.
Is it me? How am I coming across?
You sound fine. I
Yeah,
hear everything
I hear
fine.
you perfectly.
Hmm.
Have you considered the possibility that it might be your headphones? Jiggle the plug, Austin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Word Funk. I am Leon Thomas. I am joined by Johnny Maloney and hopefully Austin when he gets his computer in order.
Go on without me until I figure this out.
So, Leon,
Yeah.
having a bad day?
Yep. Pretty much.
I feel you, buddy. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. I mean, I might as well. So I beat the copyright strike the other day, and I was like, yeah.
Congratulations on that.
I was like, yeah, fuck you. I obviously am right. And the issue, of course, is that I'm uploading old episodes that were not originally optimized for YouTube's guidelines, so I re-edit them in such a way that they go up and Content ID did not grab them. And I was like, good, that's done with. And then weeks later, someone will say, nah, and say, you have a copyright strike now. And then I'll say no, and then we'll just go back and forth with it in like this sort of game of legal chicken. But I'll always win because literally no one has ever sued anyone based on this sort of like limited thing here. So
Yeah.
it's basically a bluff. It's so I'm not worried about any legal ramifications or even loss of monetization because it doesn't hurt my monetization somehow. It never has. It's done that to some people, but for me, it's just I can only upload things of a certain length for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I beat it like 2 days ago. I just came home to find there's another one. So my Fight Club.
Same company?
No, different. Wait, was it? No, different company. Um, 20th Century Fox says, "Hey, this video that can't possibly be seen as a replacement for actually watching Fight Club, and sort of says it's a pretty good movie and you should watch it. We sure don't like that, so they're gonna do that. So what I'm trying to say is, even though I was very happy that I was able to between beating the strike and getting the new strike, I was very happy to get all the new Dice Funk episodes up. I was like, okay, tomorrow I'll get all the backlog of Word Funk episodes up, but I can't now, at least not for about 2 weeks. So that's the thing I'm dealing with right now. Sometimes I think I should just not upload all my old episodes, but then I'm like, that's a huge swath of my hard work. So I'm just going to deal with this over the course of the next few months until everything's up. Because my new stuff doesn't get that. My new stuff doesn't get messed with at all because it was set up at the start to be YouTube friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just kind of push through. I mean, no one's immune from it. It's not like it's like the big guys are getting this too, and the little guys like myself are getting it too, and the tiny guys are probably getting it as well. So that's just the shit that I'm dealing with.
Mm.
You know, so that's what's going on. I don't know what's up with Austin, so I'm just gonna when he's there and would like to talk, he can talk. I guess. that, well,
Should you and I talk about the Super Bowl? Because I know that that's something that he wants to talk about.
no, we have to wait. I have something planned.
Okay, because I was looking up football terms,
Yeah.
so that I might be able to speak the language
Mm-hmm.
with him, and it's a bunch of Greek to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like that. There's a couple of phrases that I like that sound like they're a lot more lewd than they actually are. Like there's one that's apparently called icing the kicker.
Oh. That's that's saucy.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds pretty saucy. There's also illegal motion.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That could. I mean, isn't anything you do illegal in motion? I mean, how much could you possibly do that's legal if you're standing perfectly still?
I really don't know.
Any
Uh,
any any crime is an illegal motion.
there's one called a pooch kick.
Oh my.
Yeah, yeah, I like that one. I like that one. That was a good one. There's another one called the, and this is one of my favorites,
Yeah.
Scatback.
That can't be real.
It's real.
What's it really though? I mean, what?
No, it says, okay, the definition of the scatback is a running back that is generally very fast and good at juking and making defenders miss, as opposed to running them over on purpose, like and this is another one of my favorites, power back.
Yeah. I know what juking is. It's just sort of like zigzag. Um, so I know that word, I think.
Mhm.
Oh well.
And of course, the classic tight end, which even as a grown man, I can't say without smirking.
I'm sorry, say that one minute again.
Tight end?
Oh, the tight end. Well, that much I know, but yeah, that's just a position, I think.
Yeah, but it deserves a wink after you say it.
Sure.
You know, like when you say, "Hey, buddy, you're a really talented tight end."
Oh my. I just looked up football movies on Google because it occurred to me like the only way I could like get into football is if there's just a good movie about it.
hmm
I'm looking and there's nothing that like grabs me. The closest thing that I would say to a good football movie that I've seen is Jerry Maguire, but that's like 90% not football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Football movies off the top of my head that I've seen, the Replacements was a movie.
Yes, that actually, you know what? They filmed that in the Ravens Stadium, I think.
There was Remember the Titans,
Okay.
which I remember the name of, but not actually anything that happened in the movie apart from the fact that there was football.
Okay. I think I
So-
have. I'm sorry.
So
go ahead.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I remember remembering the Titans, but I'm not sure I actually remember the Titans.
No. No. Huh. There's two Adam Sandler movies about football. There's
One of them apparently has a really long yard in it.
Why is Adam's? Never mind. I don't think Adam Sandler, and then I think Jock. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
No, I don't think it's a ready association that anybody makes unless they've had a significant quantity of mind-altering drugs pumped into their system. My subscription to a publication that I enjoy reading called The Skeptical Inquirer has restarted. It turns out when I moved, they fucked my address up. Do you know anybody that lives in an apartment that's like 2 digits?
No, that's not a thing.
Great article titles that I'm looking forward to read, like Poltergeist Scribbler, Lying About Polygraph Tests, The Science of Meaning. I want to read that, and Pseudo Histories of the Chupacabra.
Okay.
Hey, Austin.
Austin was almost back, and then wait, Austin, are you now back? Nice.
Nah.
For me.
Wait.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sort of.
I'm getting minimal Austin.
What was that? I think his head exploded.
It sounded more like, I don't know, a fizzle, like one of those sparklers, kind of like dying audibly. I heard that.
Austin, are you back?
Sort of. Guys, everything's exploding.
Yeah, I know.
Tell us about it. Paint me a vivid picture that does not taste like mayonnaise.
It's raining sideways. The whole sky is falling down, and my computer died forever.
Would you say that this is end times?
Johnny,
For me.
Johnny, you're recording this, right? Because mine goes wonky whenever Austin leaves and comes back.
No, I got this on record.
Okay, good.
This is for posterity.
All right, good. I'm glad.
So sorry, continue, Austin. I want to hear about end times.
The Austin Mageddon.
Yeah.
It's happening. Okay, so we can just
You sound like you're experiencing some time.
Computer. Rip. Here lies computer. It tried.
Oh no way. No, your computer? I think we just witnessed the death of a dear friend. Your computer's gone to the big old laptop repair shop in the sky?
Austin, are you here? No.
I have one more thing. Okay, I'm gonna leave the call, and I'm gonna try one more thing. If it doesn't work, then I just won't be in this episode. Okay. Okay. Here I go.
Okay.
What do you think he's gonna try?
I don't know. He's just gonna in my mind, he's just gonna do a somersault through something. That's what he's gonna do, some sort of acrobatics to change the adjustment.
I was thinking that seeing as how it's a thunderstorm and perhaps we have a dead laptop on our hand, I picture Austin on top of the building that he lives in, which I'm picturing as being a modest apartment building, maybe about 5 floors or something like that, with one of those old aerial antennas. Just jamming the antenna into the laptop and with crooked fingers yelling at the sky on his knees, "Live, damn you! Live!" In hopes that, of course, a lightning bolt will strike the antenna and then create Austin's computer's monster. I doubt that either one of those things is what's actually going on, though. The new Shearwater album's really good.
Say again?
I said the new Shearwater album is really good.
I don't know what that is, but tell me.
It's called Jet Plane and Oxbow. Shearwater is a band that was originally formed by 2 members of the band Ockerville River, the frontman Will Sheff and multi-instrumentalist Jonathan Meiberg, I think it's pronounced. Mayberg, maybe? Meiberg. As a means of exploring quieter songs. But as Ockerville River kind of gained in popularity, Ockerville River's the band. Somebody asked the question a number of months ago about what album we would take with us, to the desert island, and I said Black Sheep Boy by Ockerville River. And when they started gaining a little bit of a modicum of success, Will Sheff didn't really have time for Shearwater much anymore. And after about maybe 2 or 3 albums to reasonable commercial and critical success, Meiberg and Sheff said, "What are we going to do about this Shearwater thing?" And Meiberg said, "Well, I'm really enjoying writing my own music. Can I take it?" And so Jonathan Meiberg became the frontman and singer-songwriter of Shearwater, and they just released this album, Jet Plane and Oxbow, and it's really good. I'm very impressed with it. And there's a special thanks in the notes that says, "Thanks to Death Vessel."
What?
Yeah, there's a special thanks to Death Vessel.
Is that a person or is that a thing?
I don't know. I've never come across either a thing or a person named Death Vessel. So
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up right now because I must know what it is. Wait. It's there's a website.
Uh-oh.
It's a neo-traditional folk band from Rhode Island. That is what Death Vessel is. I did not think it would be a folk band. I assumed it would be metal.
No, a neo-traditional folk band? What
I don't
does
know
that mean?
How does that work?
Am I actually here in the moment? Am I on a tape delay?
Yeah, we're hearing you perfectly fine.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you wonderfully. Like, you are clearer than ever.
This has been a goddamn nightmare day. My shit's all fucked up. What did we talk about? Have I missed anything good?
We talked about our days, like an old married couple, and then we talked about music, which is weird because like Johnny listens to music and I don't. So, but I found it interesting anyway, and that's what.
I can't wait to listen to this episode and hear you guys be adorable. You guys didn't spoil Dice Funk, did you? Because I've been getting messages. People are like, oh, God, please don't spoil it. And someone's like, oh, I looked at the wrong tweet and I've been spoiled. And I've just been flipping out over here.
Well, what, Dice Funk from last week, you mean?
Yeah, I guess.
What? They're not? How many weeks do we have to wait?
I don't know. More.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
I don't know. I could be gone at any second. So if you guys have anything you wanted to say to me specifically.
I need to know what you just did. Did you climb to the rooftop of your apartment building and jam an antenna into your laptop? Tell me.
In my mind, it had to do with somersaults. I don't know why.
No, I borrowed a machine and then I got a Ethernet cord and hooked into somebody else's thing. So I'm hardwired. This is not a permanent solution. This is hey, I'm checking in, so there isn't an episode without me.
Okay.
So I'm here, but no, my tech situation has come to a head. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, what's going on? So your laptop is dead? Has it shuffled off this mortal coil?
Yeah, I thought, okay, so there's a thunderstorm going on right now, and I thought that was what was fucking up my shit, because we tried to start the call, like, earlier, and I was like, oh, the internet's just not connecting, but you guys are hearing me now, and it's fine, right?
Yeah.
So that's not it. And then it just, after I tried a couple different things, I tried booting it in, like, safety mode and on another hard drive and stuff, and now it just won't boot. It's just dead.
Oh. So what are you going to do?
That's a good question, Leon. I don't know. I'm just super fucked.
Okay.
I guess we'll find out. I'll try to figure out at least a temporary situation so we can do Dice Monk tomorrow, and then the next week will just be like this crazy fucking screwball comedy of me trying to assemble a thing.
Okay.
You ever see that old movie with the tiger, or is it a panther someone had in their apartment? It's going to be like that, but with a computer.
Wait, there is a movie about a panther in someone's apartment?
Or a lion? It was like a big cat. It's like an old 50s movie. Someone's going to know what I'm talking about.
Okay, for a second there I thought that maybe you were talking about a documentary about those Las Vegas magicians, and that was be like way too soon, Austin. Siegfried and Roy? That's like insensitive.
I mean, I know one of them got hurt, but I actually don't know that much about like the specifics.
Well, I mean, the specifics are pretty simple. For years, you just have tigers on stage with you, and then one day, one of them's just not going to take your shit anymore.
Yeah. There was a Simpsons episode that predicted that, but The Simpsons does that sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
So how long do we have you for, Austin? When you say that this is a temporary solution, are you sticking around for the whole episode, or...?
I mean, I was joking. I think I've established that it's not my internet connection.
Okay.
So with what I've got going now, I might be here for the rest.
Cool.
Barring unforeseen lightning strikes.
Okay.
It's always a good idea whenever you're experiencing any excessive amounts of electrostatic energy in the air to resort to landlines instead, because it won't interfere with direct connections. But it may interfere with Wi-Fi.
I don't know what's going on. So, Austin, is there anything you wanted to talk about this week?
I got into law school.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
It is. I got into Florida State. You remember the that show only you and I ever watched that's really good on Netflix, Bloodline?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And one of the characters in that show is like a hype.
You say that like I'm deliberately avoiding it or something.
No, it's just not...
Not just you, but like no one else watches this show.
Oh, yeah? I'll show you.
I don't know anyone else who watches this besides, like, us.
Nobody. It's just not a popular show.
Yeah.
But there's a high-powered lawyer in that show, and she get like a big job offer to go to New York and stuff. But like in one of her establishing scenes, the camera zooms in on her degree in her office, and it's from Florida State University because it's like the best public law school in the entire like area, like not just the state, but like the South. So it's a pretty big deal. I've been Googling old movie big cat, and it's not working.
I'm Googling panther in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And
I kind of get the impression that sounds like it's going to be some kind of weird blaxploitation porno.
no, it's just all I got was Panther Lake Apartments, which is probably a perfectly nice place to live. That didn't work at all.
Sometimes I think, because we have a lot of weird titles for our episodes, but sometimes every time I hear the name Jason, I think, did he take 2 boats? And then I crack up, and it's only me who's laughing, and I feel weird. I cannot find this movie. It's driving me nuts.
Describe it. What happens in the movie?
It's like an old, I think it's from like the 50s or 60s. It's like maybe even earlier. It's like one of those fast talking movies, and someone brings a large animal, I thought it was a cat, into their apartment. It's like, what are we gonna do now? This is wacky.
Is it someone, you mean, when you say fast talking, does that mean that there are people using the transatlantic accent? It's like, well, see, that thing, sort of thing? Or do you mean it's like what?
Yeah,
Yes.
you better be a lot more clear about what you think the people are talking about, huh?
That is what I mean, but I don't know if it's that pronounced. Shit, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Austin, I hope that you just dreamed that was a movie, and then so that I can make it one day.
That does sound like some shit I would do on here. But also, that doesn't speak very well of my dream creativity. Like, I'm not having, like, crazy flying, like, panther orgies or anything.
Okay.
Shit, I don't know. I give up.
All right.
Someone in the comments will know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys talked about your days and you talked about music. Did we talk about the most important event of the next week?
We almost did.
Not really, no.
Okay, because I wanted to.
Austin, before you dive into football, we need to set up some ground rules. First, I know how important football is to you, so I will not interject with any anti-football statements during.
No, it'll be up to you to make it funny, so you have to interject.
No,
I have a quick question before you begin, Austin. Who's your favorite Scatback?
Now you're just making shit up, Johnny.
No, it's a thing.
I did research for you.
There, also, Austin, when I say go, you can begin, but I'm just letting you know that I will only allow you to talk about football for 4 minutes and 36 seconds. And
no, hold on. Shut up.
Why?
I found it.
What is it? No, wait, what happened?
It's called Bringing Up Baby, and it's a leopard.
A leopard. I would have. No.
It's
That's
directed.
not even close to a panther.
Shut up! It's directed by Howard Hawks. It's from 1938. It's an RKO radio picture. So yes, this is.
Everything was an RKO radio picture back then.
You had the decade and the cat wrong. So.
But I said it was an old-timey screwball, like, fast-talking picture. Like, that's, 30s, 40s. I missed it by a couple decades. But I feel like I got the flavor right. And I said big cat. Leopards are big cats.
All right.
Leopards are like mid-sized cats, in the way that, like, mid-sized sedans are not, big sedans.
Okay, have either of you seen Bringing Up Baby?
I've not seen it.
Okay, it's been a long time for me, too. What prompted this? How did I get here?
Because your computer broke.
Yeah, you just started talking about panthers, and you were like, "Remember a movie?" And the world actually said, "No, the thing you're describing is not true. Something vaguely similar, yes."
That's not all how it went. Anyway, football. So the Super Bowl's happening next week. You guys don't care. I'm gonna try to make you care. Someone's playing music now. Who is that?
It sounds like Seal.
Go ahead. You have 4 minutes and 36 seconds.
I don't think that's how it works. I think the audio is going to be all fucked up and I'm going to be unintelligible.
Right.
I can hear you just fine, and apparently I'm recording you, so...
Johnny, football's happening.
Yeah, I hear about that. Who's playing? Is it the Panthers?
Yeah. Listen, I don't need to take any of your sass right now, mister.
No, I'm like I know that there's a Manning.
There is a Manning, the better
Yeah.
one.
Okay, is that
Wait, there's more than one?
Dave?
There's Eli and Peyton.
Okay, it's Peyton is the good one.
They're both good. One's just
Oh.
much better.
Yeah, and that's Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So Peyton's for the Super Bowl against
Peyton.
Steelers.
Oh God, that could not have been more wrong. Peyton is not a team. It's not Peyton versus the Steelers. He's on a
I know, I recognize that. What team is he on? The 59ers?
Oh God, no, Denver Broncos.
Okay, all right. So the
I remember this
Broncos.
from the episode of The Simpsons. They're bad, right?
They went to
All
the
right.
Super Bowl last year. No, they're pretty good.
Okay, but didn't they deflate some footballs?
No, that's the New England Patriots. They made it to the championship game but lost.
Okay, all right. So
Are they a bunch of cheaters?
Yeah, they are cheaters.
Oh,
They-
okay.
the
they
Denver
were-
Broncos?
No, the Patriots. They were involved
Oh.
in both Spygate, which they got caught spying on other teams, and Deflategate, in which they deflated some balls. Although, Patriots fans,
Neither one of these things actually involved a gate.
you know damn well they didn't. That music is going to drive me nuts. All
You're
right.
just lucky I'm not singing because I was practicing earlier today and
Don't worry.
Out.
Don't worry, Austin. I can fix this.
Mm-hmm.
I can fix this.
Fix it.
I can fix this. Give me a second. All right.
You're not gonna play your own music, are you?
Well, yeah, I was, but I mean, you know, you don't have to be a jerk about it.
It's just that none of this is gonna sound good. Although it's word funk, no one will notice. I guess where I'm trying to get to is I want us to pick teams so I can be right and you guys can be wrong.
Okay, so it's the Denver Broncos against who?
Carolina Panthers.
Oh my God, the Panthers?
That's why you were thinking of that.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Was-
it is.
Listen. Wait, didn't one of you say Panthers like 10 minutes ago? And
Yeah, I was like, is it the Panthers?
He was making a joke.
Oh, I thought you were serious. No, it's the Panthers.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Okay, can I choose the Panthers then?
you absolutely can.
Does that mean that's the wrong decision?
No, I honestly, it's weird. Last time the Broncos were in the Super Bowl, they were kind of people were high on them, and they got fucking crushed.
Mhm.
So, yeah, they got stomped real bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again. Although I would like to see Manning go out on a high note because he is old and
Oh,
busted.
is this his last? Is this his last Super Bowl?
I mean, no one knows if it's his last Super Bowl, but there's been retirement talk for many years. He had a pretty severe surgery a couple years ago. He actually he's one of the best quarterbacks who's ever played, and his old team got rid of him. He was the Colts for most of his career.
Yeah, you know, if he loses, that's really going to deflate his balls.
See, that would be much better if it was Tom Brady, the guy who had the guy who had deflated the balls. Listen, this is hopeless. I recognize that.
So are you alleging that Tom Brady personally deflated these balls?
No, there was like a guy who took them in the bathroom and deflated them.
Yeah, I don't see like a football.
So you're telling me that a Patriot deflated their balls in the bathroom?
Absolutely.
So
Just drain those suckers.
I don't really see like a quarterback taking off his helmet and putting on a fake mustache, and then like Bugs Bunny sneaking around music happens, and then he just finds the balls.
All right. So the last thing I want to say is I think longtime listeners will know I'm a Chicago's Bears fan, and we don't have any dog in this fight. But for the Bears, who have not really been good since like the 80s, I consider a win for us when the Packers don't make it to the Super Bowl, which happened. So I'm happy no matter what, actually. But Johnny, you said Panthers. Leon, can I get a committal from you? Just pick one.
What? Between what and what?
The Panthers and the other guys.
Okay, the Cardinals.
The Cardinals lost last round, actually.
Okay. The Sonics.
Listen, you son of a bitch. It's Panthers or Broncos.
Oh,
The Cardinals took out the Packers. I like the Cardinals. I wish they would have made it, but unfortunately.
I'm rooting for the Leopards. I'm told they were basically the same thing.
Okay, so you both pick Panthers. I'm going to pick the Broncos. That way either Football Man can be right and you guys can be wrong, or the opposite. Both will be funny.
Okay.
We can move on from this topic now. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm not sure I'm going to remember next week whether or not I chose Panthers or Broncos.
I think I will because big cats are kind of going to stick out in my memory as the defining feature of this episode. So.
Yeah, but Austin, your memory involving big cats has so far proved unreliable.
Damn.
Here's a little note about bringing up the baby. Cary Grant ad-libbed a line, and it was actually the first fictional work to use the word gay, meaning homosexual. He said, I went gay all of a sudden, for some reason, because he just wanted to say that, and that became a thing. According to this, as the term gay did not become familiar to the general public until the Stonewall riots in 1969, it is debated whether the word was used here in its original sense or as an intentional joking reference to homosexuality. That's neat.
Have you been reading the IMDb page the entire time?
No, the Wikipedia page, obviously, Austin. But yeah, no, I don't care about sports ball at all. I used to watch the.
You're so cool, Leon. You're the coolest.
No, I just don't care. I'm definitely look. This isn't like football. No, this is beneath me. Look, I watched professional wrestling last week. It's not beneath me. I just don't care. I used to watch the Super Bowl just like because it was a thing that people would do, and I would go to someone's place and watch new commercials. But no, I haven't watched in many years, and since I always work Sundays now, I definitely won't watch this year either.
So Johnny, you're not going to watch it either. I don't know if it's like a party destination in Canada, but in America,
it's still actually it's a reasonably large deal in Canada. I mean, you guys may remember that we too have a football league, which is different than the American Football League in that it's different football. But like the people at my office have a grid. And there's like, you give them money, and then they're like, okay, you get a square, and there are numbers on that square, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a large topic of conversation come Monday at my workplace, and I will be looking quizzically at people, going,
Just hey, since you're going for the Panthers, if someone tries to engage you in Super Bowl talk, you just say, "How about that Cam Newton, huh? He threw the ball, didn't he?" You have to specify equality. Just
I'll use that, and then I will ask them who their favorite Scatback is.
Can you not though? Can you do that for me?
Wait, is Cam Newton a real person?
Yes, he's the quarterback of the Panthers.
Okay, that sounds made up. Is all I'm saying.
He's a pretty good athlete. I don't want to get into my opinions because no one cares, but I think it would be cool if he won.
Which team has the best tight end?
Gronkowski is the best tight end, and the Patriots didn't make it. So.
No, I mean of the two though. I want to like.
Oh, I mean I don't know off the top of my head what their tight ends are. I don't have every roster memorized.
He's not going for it, Johnny. So just
I know what he's trying to do, but like I've heard every tight end joke. Like you're not gonna sneak up on me with those.
I'm not doing anything, Austin. I just really like to say tight end.
Mm-hmm. I like hockey terminology personally. If we're going for the double entendres, they take a lot of hard dumps, and that's
they do. They do take hard dumps.
Wait, they do? I don't know about this. Tell me about the dumps.
They take hard dumps into the corner when they toss the puck down the ice.
Especially on the power play.
When you hit that 5-hole right in the middle, hard, Yeah. Hockey terminology is fun, but
especially when the guy takes the stick.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stick handling.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Do you guys want to take questions now?
I
don't know how far the call is in for you. So it's up to you. I can talk about
Yeah, let's do questions. Let's do questions. Yeah. I got nothing to talk about this week. I'm exhausted right now. Everything tastes like mayonnaise and
gross.
I have just a pants load of questions.
Yeah. Do you need to have a hard dump?
This is our worst one.
You're welcome.
Austin. It started out very earnestly. I'll have you know. All right. I was
Yeah,
trying to
without me.
I was trying to do a cultural exchange with Leon and ask about his day and make sure that he was doing okay.
I'm not, by the way.
No, he's really not.
I'll listen to it.
And maybe you should be a little bit more sensitive to the trouble that your friend is going through. Okay.
Someone who listens to Dice Funk told me in real life, they're like, "Does Johnny hate you?" Because it sounds like he hates you because you keep fucking his shit up.
Wait, it sounds like I hate you because you keep fucking my shit up?
Yeah, like I keep being myself. Like you have like serious like conversations about like stuff, and I'm just like butts. And then you're like, come on, Austin.
No. I mean, I think it'd be really difficult to write a D&D campaign for you guys if I didn't like you.
Okay.
I also don't know why the hell I would stick around for what are we on episode 80?
You do it for the fame.
Oh yeah,
for the glory.
Yeah, that's precisely what it's for, the fame and the glory.
All right, Leon, hit us with the question before I talk about Fire Emblem or Gundam or sports.
Some really stupid check says, "What moon do you like?"
I prefer the one directed by Duncan Jones, starring Sam Rockwell and
Damn, that's a really good answer. And Spacey, Kevin Spacey.
And Kevin Spacey, yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be that's probably my favorite moon.
Okay. Mine is Europa because there might be water there. That's not a great answer like Johnny's, but it's probably true. Austin, what moon do you like?
The fuckboys that orbit your mom. Next question.
Fine. Really stupid check. You can't ask us 3 questions. That's cheating.
You can. Don't let him dull your sparkle.
God, it's just this week has been bad. Casey asks, which is more cuterer, BB-8 or Olaf? BB-8.
Is Olaf the snowman from Frozen?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. BB-8 for life.
Johnny?
Yeah, it's BB-8.
Okay, we have a consensus. I don't have any problem with Olaf. But no, I mean, no. Yeah. Fourth Man asks, in relation to Tales of Symphonia, what are your thoughts on broken PC ports? I don't know because I didn't play any of those. I played them on the console, so I can't.
He's referring very specifically. Tales of Symphonia very recently came out on the PC.
Yeah.
And it's in I'm going to say a lamentable state. Insofar that originally it was a GameCube game, and then it was poorly ported to the PS2. And the poor port of the PS2 is the port upon which the PC version was released.
Oh.
And it suffers from all kinds of horrible shit, like really bad resolution lock, frame rate lock. It crashes apparently more than. Ooh, I was just about to say something horrible. It crashes.
You're about to say it crashes more than Paul Walker?
Maybe.
Also, it's Namco Bandai who also did the lamentable Dark Souls shit, which Durante fixed both in 10 minutes.
Yeah, in Durante fixed the Tales of Symphonia resolution because this is the thing is that there's really no excuse for having a game that's comprised entirely out of 3D polygons have a resolution lock that's below modern standards.
What's the Durante?
Durante's an independent kind of PC modder who just breaks into games and is like, oh look, He
does in an hour what companies can't be fucked to do over months.
Okay, so if I do end up getting Dark Souls on PC, so long as I use Durante's thing, it should be fine.
Yeah, come to me. I'll guide you through the whole thing.
Right.
But not only that, but one of the things that they actually discovered about the Tales of Symphonia port on PC was they put fucking copyright protection in it. They put digital rights management protection in it, as if people haven't been able to pirate the PS2 and GameCube versions off the internet for fucking almost a decade now. So they actually spent part of their fucking budget that could have been used to actually make sure that it was working properly and it had basic features like resolution upscaling and shit like that, trying to make it an anti-piracy product when you can fucking already get it for free.
Yeah, Namco doesn't care. They're in like a very, like, I'm just gonna say it. They're in a very Japanese mindset of like PC doesn't matter. Let's just throw up shit on there, not fucking worry about it. It's not acceptable.
But their Tales of Zestiria release was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I don't know.
I mean, in terms of all of the things that the bells and whistles attached to it, the things that people who play games on PC like to have. And this reminds me of a quick side question, Austin. You've talked about a Disgaea before.
Yep.
That's coming to PC, apparently. Is that something that I should...
I think it's probably going to be too anime for you. Not that, like, you can't handle anime, Johnny. I know you're not, like, a delicate flower or anything, but it doesn't strike me as something you particularly enjoy.
Yeah.
It's basically, like, it's a strategy, like, turn-based on a grid system thing. I would just say, just play Fire Emblem, dog.
Yeah, but Fire Emblem's not on PC, bro.
You can listen. Just fucking do it.
We'll
do it.
We'll talk about it. All right, we'll talk about it.
You can just listen. My brother.
Next question.
I know people who play Fire Emblem on their phones. It's so easy to pirate. Anyway,
shut up.
Next question.
I'm done.
Okay.
Most of them are bad. So you do it.
All of your questions are perfect. Unemployed historian asks, have you ever gone an entire day before realizing you put an item of clothing on backwards? This is an important question. Yes, not only backwards, but also inside out. It happens to me and you're like, I wouldn't say regularly, but not infrequently. Like, I don't give a shit.
I'm not going to cop to an entire day, but certainly a few hours.
Yeah.
Look, I'm always hot. It don't matter.
I mean, this isn't a story, but yeah, I did that when I was young once. I would wake up in the morning and like put my clothes on, in the dark, and then I'd run out. And it was like gym day, like phys ed day, and I put it on my sweatpants backwards, and I didn't realize it until like the first period happened, and it was like a computer class. We had to like wear our gym stuff in the first period because gym was in second period, and there's no sense changing twice. So I like stood up and I realized it, and I just very casually left and went to the restroom and then fixed myself. And when I came back, someone said, "Hey, did you have your pants on backwards before?" And I said, "No." And
you just gotta own it. You just gotta be like, yeah, that's the style now,
dude.
Fucking lame-o.
Crisscross will make you jump.
No, first of all, this was before crisscross, and also children are monsters.
So you could have been a trendsetter, Leon, but you passed it up.
No, children are monsters, and then they turn 18, and they're still monsters, but they can buy a gun. So
all I'm gonna say. All I'm going to say about my experience is that there is no other way to watch me transform from a grown-ass adult into a 5-year-old boy than when I'm standing at a urinal and can't find the front hole in my underwear.
That's a thing. Next question. This one, I just looked down on it because I have this open on my phone because I don't have my Twitter shit in this computer. And I've just been laughing at it the whole time. Steiner asks, who is your husbando? We have to do this, guys. This is the counterpart to the question of who's your waifu. You need to pick. You have to pick your fake anime or video game or cartoon husband. I have the best answer, and you're going to be jealous when you hear it that you didn't think of it first.
All right.
Garrus Valkyrian from Mass Effect. Get me up on that Turian dick.
I don't know who or what that is, so whatever.
Yeah, I know who that is, and I think you've chosen well, sir.
Leon, Google Garrus, Garrus, Mass Effect. And just gaze in awe at that chiseled chin. Look at those features. Right?
I wasn't expecting that. And that's why it was great. Can he be a romantic option?
Hell yeah, you can bang the fuck out of Garrus.
Okay. Is he a nice guy, or...
He's bro as hell. Yeah, he's great. He starts off a little gruff and mysterious. He got some of that bad boy, but then you get to know him and he opens up. It's hot.
Okay.
Someone else tried to bring some heat. You can't beat mine, but
all right.
You can try.
Jeez.
Mr. House from Fallout New Vegas.
I haven't played New Vegas. I played 3 and 4.
Sorry, bitch. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Are we waiting on me?
Of course we
I'm trying. I'm really trying hard.
Johnny always escapes these unscathed. Like, he says it, and either we don't know, or we're like, yeah, that makes sense.
God, I'm really sorry. I'm reaching down. There's nothing there.
That is a problem. Never mind.
You really.
If you're looking for a husbando, that's definitely going to be something that gets in the way of probably a meaningful relationship.
I'm trying to think of video games that I like, and for some reason I can't think of anything. This is terrible. Maybe Raven from Tales of Vesperia. He's kind of hot, like in a mysterious, maybe I'm the bad guy kind of way.
Oh, is that the guy? That's not okay. I don't want to.
So
Can I spoil Vesperia? That's not his real name, right?
Are you trying to tell me that you're going for a I think I can fix him type?
I'd like something exciting.
You want to tame that wild dick, do you?
Well, look, I'm a really boring guy, and I feel like the only way to infuse any kind of excitement into my life is with like some like mysterious butt fucking.
I love you, Leon. Raven isn't even in the top 3 most bangable dudes in Vesperia. Vesperia's got some hotties. You got Yuri, you have Flynn, you have that the villain or the antagonist. He's not evil.
I just want to clarify that I didn't pick Mr. House because he's bangable, but the motherfucker's rich as shit, and Johnny wants a sugar daddy.
Johnny the gold digger.
That's right.
We've all learned something. All right, we did that question. You want the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, are you okay, Leon?
No. While we were doing this, I just learned that Donald Trump has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. And it's not an Onion article. He's a contender for it. There are other contenders, and hopefully someone else will win, but this is actually happening.
How do the nominations work? Does just one guy have to stand up?
No. There's
Step 1, everybody in the room gets high as fuck.
There's these important people who get to choose. The person who revealed this will not name the person who did it, but it's basically confirmed by like a million billion different
If it was framed as like he brought everyone together against him, like he was a shining beacon of the worst of humanity that we all like the squid from Watchmen,
right?
Then I could see that. But if it's like a genuine, like, oh yeah, like the cut of that guy's jib, that's depressing.
No,
What's the matter, Austin? I thought you didn't like the squid from Watchmen.
I was trying to think how to turn that on you, but I couldn't, and so I just went with it because it's actually a really good like example of what I was trying to say.
The wording of the nomination is his vigorous peace through strength ideology used as a threat weapon of deterrence against radical Islam, ISIS, nuclear Iran, and communist China. So,
weirdly enough, Donald Trump's vigorous peace is my favorite Scatback.
So wait, they literally said like the fucking strength through unity shit from like 1984? Isn't that one of the things? Unity through strength? Or is one of the things over Auschwitz? I always get those confused.
My God.
It's a bad thing, right?
I don't know what's happening, to be perfectly honest.
Hairpiece mocked fry.
All right, next question.
Yeah, please.
My name is Rad asks, how did you guys meet? Who wants to start that story? Because it's a thing.
I don't know.
Step 1, everybody in the room got high as fuck.
That's how most of these.
I don't know how Johnny and Austin first met, but I followed you guys on Twitter, or you followed me on Twitter because Blistered Thumbs became a website and we all worked for it. And then Johnny messaged me and asked if I wanted to be part of the BT podcast, and I was like, probably not, because
no, actually. Let's start at the beginning.
All right, we'll start at the beginning. Okay,
so
all right.
It's all Blistered Thumbs. Johnny got there first.
Yeah, so Blistered Thumbs started, and when the site launched, I got taken on as their chief PC reviewer. And anybody who was around at the beginning days may have noticed that Blistered Thumbs was like a hot, sticky mess when it first started. Like, the format was terrible.
We can't go too deep into that mess. It'll all have to be cut out. So
we won't. It just, it was, to be charitable, rough.
And I got brought on at that point. So Johnny's working for the site. He has no connection to either of us. I started as a forum moderator, then an editor, then a writer, and then there was a thing where maybe Johnny was going to be editor in chief, and then I ended up editor in chief. So now me and Johnny are hooked up. And then I was like, we should start a podcast, and then we did a podcast called the BT.
Well, you had been doing the community podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You were on that, so we were together. We were doing that.
No, I was on the BT community podcast.
You didn't do that at all. It was Eli, Micah, James. Okay, so it wasn't you.
No.
And then I started. I was like, oh, we should do another one when that one ended. So I was like, oh, Johnny, you're my favorite writer because you're not a chuckle fuck, and so I'll bring you on. And I was like, we need another person. And then at that time, or maybe a little bit before, Leon started posting a show, which he does not like to talk about.
No.
But I found uproariously funny. I think I'm one. I don't know if I...
As did I. I thought it was fantastic. But yeah, it was you, Austin. You were the one who approached Leon instead of me.
I was like, yeah.
Although I was a gushing fan, Leon. I was like, I love your work.
My original feeling about this was to say no, because in order to do the show, I would have to speak much in the way I am now. And not the way, not in character like I did on the show.
And, you didn't want to ruin the mystique.
Right. Basically, yeah, because people would constantly ask me, why, like, oh, I'm so sorry about that thing you talked about on the show. I was like, none of it's real. But apparently I was convincing enough. And even though I didn't entirely want people to think this was really me, I also had, like, this pro wrestler logic where, like, people wanted to believe the lie. You do what they call kayfabe, and I didn't want to break that. But then I was like, And
there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that going on at Blistered Thumbs. To be fair, everybody got signed on, and they started writing articles under like pseudonyms and things like that, like their internet handles. And I was like, nah, fuck that shit. If I'm ever going to use this on a resume, I don't want to be like, yes, I'm Johnny Maloney. I wrote at Blistered Thumbs under the handle, like on your mama's thigh, 69.
Yeah, it's weird. The internet is this space where there's professionals writing alongside of like total amateurs, and they seem to have like equal clout sometimes, which is kind of terrifying. But there's not much you can do to police that. But that was the long version. The short version is me and Johnny got involved in a thing, and then we asked somebody who was cooler than us, and then he said yes against his better judgment, and now we've trapped him for 4 years.
Yeah, we did have a conversation where it was like, okay, we're gonna do this thing. We should probably have someone that people are gonna want to come listen to.
Oh God, you chose wrong. Nobody listened to Heart of Gaming back then. Or ever. And now no one can.
I'm really sorry to say this as well, but you were selected because we also thought that we could get you.
Yeah. You're not going to get Ben at the Sage or anything.
I actually met him at E3, but no, we didn't ask anyone else. That was the thing. You were our first choice. Like, it wasn't like, oh man, we've gone through all the name brands. Who can we scrounge up?
No, it was a weird combination of like, we thought that your humor would land right on the show. We both really enjoyed your work, and we thought that we, like I said, we could get you.
Nice. Yeah, about the always using like a real sounding name on the internet. I mentioned like a few weeks ago how important that is. I didn't even consider the idea that as a writer you don't want to put that on your resume. It's like, oh, I see you write articles about politics. Well, that'll be important for our political newsletter. What did you write under? Oh, deep chode.
Yeah, it's just like. You kind of need to have an air of legitimacy when you're like, yes, I wrote articles. This is my name. You will find them here.
Yeah.
So if they weren't wiped off the face of the internet or anything like that.
Yeah. Next question.
Oh my God. Okay, I have to pull it up again. Like I said, it's on my phone. All right.
Okay.
Alexander McFly asks, have you watched any fan films? If so, which one did you enjoy the most? The only fan film I can think of off the top of my head was that like gritty Power Rangers one. That was kind of like maybe a joke, and like I wasn't sure if I liked it.
I did. I was sure right away, and then I was even more sure at the end. Yeah, I was all about that. They're making a real Power Rangers movie now. Just as a side note, Elizabeth Banks is actually going to be Rita Repulsa. I'm not sure whether that's whitewashing or if that's just like whether or not it that matters, because I guess the tradition of Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's always adapting Sentai footage with white actors.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it does. I don't know. Is it supposed to be serious? Like, how camp are they going to make this new Power Rangers thing?
I genuinely don't know. I like Elizabeth Banks. She's good in things. But we'll just have to see how that shakes out. As for the question itself, I think back in the day, like, I'm not sure if this was before YouTube became a thing, but Star Wars fan films were very popular because that was like a thing that you could do, and like Lucas film wouldn't give you shit about it. They were like, yeah, keep doing that because it's good for business. And I think I watched a couple of those little ones, and it was always just people trying to shoehorn some sort of saber battle in because that's what everyone wanted to do. I've seen little things like that, I guess.
There was that shot-for-shot remake of Indiana Jones, the fucking Ark of the Covenant. That was pretty interesting because like it was the adaptation was like they started filming in like 1989 or something like that. No. It started in 1982 and it took them like 12 years. At like $5,000, and they basically just copied this movie. There was a short. I don't know if it counts as a fan film because I don't know if it was Marvel sanctioned, but there was the Punisher Laundry Day short that they did at Comic-Con a few years ago. Is that ringing any bells? You guys ever watched that?
No.
No, sorry.
No, it was a Punisher short, starring Thomas Jane, who played the Punisher in like the whatchamacallit, the first Punisher movie that was not Dolph Lundgren. And it just showed up at like Dirty Laundry. It's called. Sorry, Dirty Laundry. It's like a 10-minute film. It was pretty good. I liked it. I mean, as far as the Punisher goes. But so,
oh, there was that Portal film. Do you remember that? There was like a
yeah.
I don't remember what that was called, but that was really good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why. I've never really been super interested in fan work. I think it's really cool when people do it, but I for some reason it's like fan fiction and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but I could be reading new stuff, you know? Like I've already had that experience in that world. It's not like I have anything against it. It's just never really spoken to me. So
a lot of the fan stuff that I see too is really non-committal. You know, like it's more about a little bit more of the flavor as opposed to actually anything of substance. And where like, you know, I'm the person who kind of likes stuff to happen in their fiction,
mm-hmm.
as opposed to just like, oh, hey, I heard that you really liked Star Trek, so we put some uniforms on some guys, and you don't recognize any of the characters, and nothing happens, but they wave tricorders around. Woo!
Yeah, I know a lot of like budding authors use it as kind of a way to practice without having to do a lot of world building work, which is something.
It's great. It's great to do. Like, I mean, it's fantastic for like exercising writer muscles. Same as like trying to like bite authorial style and things like that. Like if there's an author that you're really into and you try and like emulate them, yeah, like do it. It's great in terms of getting those muscles working, getting that skill developed. But it's not something that you should ever be like, I made this and it's mine.
Well, yeah, that should go without saying, but I don't know. Although maybe I'm a hypocrite because I'm super all about fan art. I think that's the dopest. But so maybe I'm just not someone you should be listening to. Oops, I have two podcasts. Yeah. Do you guys? Are we out of time? How are we on time?
We can do one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
And Edgelord Deluxe asks, "What are you?"
Again, don't makes your name that?
It's not. First of all, it's not just an edgelord.
It's Edgelord Deluxe.
Also, edgelord deluxe TM. He has the trademark sign with the little letters at the top. That's a perfect name. Rock on. The question is, what are your personal strategies against the Uber raccoons? And if you guys don't know about this, there's this article that came out earlier today. I retweeted it. That scientists are saying we've created Uber raccoons because we kept trying to raccoon-proof shit. So we've like naturally selected only the strongest and craftiest raccoons, and they're like unstoppable. Like we can't design stuff to keep them out of our garbage, and they're like unkillable. So, do you guys have any strategies against the oncoming Uber raccoon apocalypse?
I feel the same way about small rodents or even larger rodents. Or I know they're not raccoons aren't considered rodents, but I'm basically meaning like vermin pieces of shit. As I feel about that question, like how many 8-year-olds could you beat up at once? I'm not afraid of a lot of them because I could literally destroy. Like they're small, I could just kick them.
You're a monster. Raccoons are fucking adorable. They're the cutest.
If they come after me, I'm not saying like I'm hunting raccoons and like I'm the antagonist in this story. I'm saying that if like 3 raccoons were like eyeing me down and like snapping their fingers and walking down the sidewalk and it came down to it and they were attacking me, I feel like I'd win. I mean, it wouldn't go well. Like it would be an encounter I wanted to happen, but I feel like I would be the one walking out of that feeling pretty good. Where at least 2 of them would die and 1 would run away.
If mildly rabid.
Well, I mean, I'd get shots afterwards, but, you know, I mean, come on. All it takes is, like, 1 swift kick from, you know, my boot, and then the raccoon goes flying.
Johnny, do you have any terrible opinions about raccoons? Because they only write it.
I say that's why there's weight classes in boxing, is all I'm saying.
I know how to beat the raccoons. I know how to do it. I got 3 words for you. Mega City 1.
I got that because I like that Dread movie.
Yep.
That's
I
a good,
did too.
Good reference. Okay, one more question, just because I saw this person's name and I have to read it on air.
Okay.
Let's do it.
It's too late to stop me.
Yeah,
King Fluffles asks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know we had royalty.
Yeah, he's King Fluffles is in the house.
I know, not like Duke Fluffles or Prince Fluffles. This is the king.
Yeah, show some goddamn respect, Leon.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
He asked you like a bunch of Game of Thrones questions, but I'm gonna boil it down to one because it has something related. I'm gonna segue into. It says, which house would each of you belong to? And that reminds me, J.K. Rowling recently came out with like what the schools are for the different countries. Do you guys have a Harry Potter house preference as well? I
don't know enough about Harry Potter to.
Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw. Johnny, sorry, you're a Hufflepuff.
I'm a Hufflepuff. I wanted to be one anyway.
What does that mean?
It means they're loyal and they have mostly good qualities. People kind of crack wise on them because they're like they're too nice.
Are they the fat best friend house?
Yes, they definitely are. Gryffindor is the protagonist house. Slytherin is the antagonist house. Hufflepuff are the secondary character house, and Ravenclaw are the big fat nerds, which is where I am.
I read a thing that said how to quickly describe all 4 houses. Hufflepuff will die with you. Gryffindor will die for you. Ravenclaw will kill for you, and Slytherin will kill you. That is how you explain the houses. But yeah, I'm Hufflepuff.
I'm cool with Hufflepuff then.
Yeah. And
y'all a bunch of Huffly ass puffs.
Yeah. I don't know about the houses. I mean, I know Game of Thrones well enough. I don't watch it anymore, and I also just don't care. So down with the monarchy, King Hufflepuff, King Fluffernutter, or whatever your name is.
I'm trying to remember all of the Game of Thrones ones. I know Baratheon is the stag. They got the Starks are the wolf. There's the Targaryens or the dragon.
Lannister's the lion.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, it's the Iron Islands people are squid, right?
Yeah, the Greyjoy.
Greyjoys, yeah. Is there any cute ones? That's what I'm trying to go for. What's the cutest house in Game of Thrones?
The one that had the rainbow flag?
Is that one?
Yeah, briefly. I mean, in the books there was a rainbow flag. In the show, they were like, "That's too gay." But yeah, that was House Gay, led by Renly. It wasn't called that. It was called something else. But George R. R. Martin was like, "I'm gonna make this very subtly gay because the leader is gay," and he says they all have rainbows. And I guess that's the closest one to having a cute house.
I feel like as a Floridian, I might be House Tully. Aren't they a fish? They're the fish people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. What's the cold one? Yeah, that's Johnny. Johnny, you're Canadian. You can be the Starks.
Really?
Yeah, that's their thing. They're cold, right? You're cold.
It's literally the only. It's not even a value judgment. It's just
No, that's the
geographic.
thing, is that I was going on value judgment because the Starks come off as being like mostly noble for the whole part, and I was like, "Are you sure about that?"
Listen, if you have a better suggestion, hit me with it. I'm just not as well versed in Ice and Fire as I am Harry Potter.
I just always kind of figured myself for a Lannister, to tell you the truth.
That feels like
I got blonde hair, I got blue eyes, I'm white and privileged as fuck.
you got that socialism up there.
I mean, you know,
Yep.
I don't know. I like that. That was my first reaction, is that I was like, okay, you know.
It's up to you. You can pick one.
I work a job, you know, like a regular job of the three of us. So
Well,
I guess that makes me the rich one.
Yeah, it does. Can Leon be Bolton? Aren't they? Those are the scary ones, right?
Yeah. I
think Bolton are the ones that have the flayed man. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why. I just can't think of a better one. I was like, yeah, Leon's probably secretly a serial killer, right?
Sure.
Baltimore.
Right.
It all fits together.
Okay.
Leon's like, I'm done with this.
Anything we want to say before we go?
They added more Fire Emblem characters to Smash Brothers. That's where I'll be for the next week. Bye.
Yeah. People will tell you that the secret to real estate is location, location, location.
Mm.
But what they won't tell you is that's the same secret to defenestration.
I thought it'd be altitude, altitude, altitude.
Hey, altitude's a location, son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Altitude is not a location.
It's not one.
I can't argue with that.
All right, I'm gonna go. I just everything's bad, and I still have work to do today.
Feel better, Leon.